2.7, and we've got company in the studio. I know we've got a representative from the Department of Education because they said this is all about education today. So we have Mr. LeVar Bassett, signature partner leader at the CedarBridge Academy, and of course we've got Kaitlin Noyes. She's a director of education and community engagement at BIOS. I was at BIOS the other day. I read. I took part in the reading on Saturday. Yay! And they are here to discuss education reform, signature learning partnerships. Okay.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, just give us a little synopsis about the education reform, just to remind everybody, and then this part here, the signature learning partnership as well, please.
Sure. So good morning, Bermuda. Just a clarification.
Yes.
My name is LeVar Bassett. I'm part of the newly formed Education Reform Unit
Okay.
as of January, and our crack unit, the A team, as I like to call
my
them.
goodness, A-team, okay.
We're charged with the transformation process
Yes.
of education.
Okay.
And so we have different work streams and work needs. So I used to work at CedarBridge,
Okay.
but I am now full-time in that capacity.
Oh, full time it is.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
How's it going?
Going great.
Really?
I'm enjoying it. Everyone keeps asking me, and they give me that apprehension look like, how's it really doing? And I'm like, it's going good. You know, we have
Really?
challenges, but for the
Of
most
course.
part, I love to wake up and go to work.
I
Because,
love to
I
hear
mean,
that.
look at the opportunity we have at this moment. you know?
Absolutely.
So just to dive right into where we are now,
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago, it was announced that as a part of Bermuda's ongoing education reform,
Yes.
we had some new signature learning partners that signed on.
Okay.
So amongst those was the Association of Bermuda International Companies, known
Wow.
as ABIC.
Okay.
We had KPMG in Bermuda.
Oh wow.
We had the Bermuda Zoological Society,
Okay.
BZS, and I was on hosting last week,
Oh,
Dr.
really?
Ian Walker from
Okay.
BZS. That was
Nice.
an awesome experience. Then we have Bermuda Institute of Ocean Sciences, also known as BIOS,
Yes.
and the Bermuda Underwater Exploration Institute, known as BUI. And so
Yeah.
they have all signed
Wow.
memorandums of understanding
Okay.
and MOUs so that we can have clear line of sight of roles and responsibilities, commitment. Because what would happen in the past is, for good intention and great effort, Kaitlin, for instance, could be working at BIOS and I'd be at CedarBridge, and
Okay.
we'd have a great thing going in science.
Absolutely.
I might leave or retire.
Uh-huh.
She could move on to something else,
Ah,
and because the two
okay.
people are there with the relationship,
Yes.
you lose an awesome program.
Absolutely.
And I might take it with me to another school,
Okay.
and CedarBridge is kind of left in a
Left
gap or
hanging,
something.
absolutely.
So what we're
Understandable.
trying to move towards
Right.
is more of a school system instead of a
Okay.
system of schools.
Okay.
And so
I like that.
yeah, so
Okay.
now the learning partners sign on
system.
to the whole system.
Right.
So
Awesome.
yeah, we're gonna intentionally
Mhm.
try to get Kaitlin and her team out to the parish primaries on some level.
Nice.
But more importantly, they've signed on to be partners with signature learning programs.
Yes.
And so in this instance, it is because that program is at CedarBridge. It's
Okay.
not so much she signed on with the school,
Right.
but with the program.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what we're here to discuss this morning.
Okay, and I want to go back for a second. When you started in January, what has been like one of your favorite things about being part of this reform?
Favorite things. To be honest, I have a lot of favorite
Do
things.
you really?
Which is
That's
probably
good.
Not what people would think. I love number one.
Uh-huh.
Work is always about who you work with.
Okay.
I love the team I work with.
Yay.
I'm
Oh,
challenged
the
by
A-team, right?
Yeah, I'm challenged by the team I work
Right,
with, the
okay.
consultants and the locals.
Oh
We
wow.
all bring a lot of skill, exploration, and I would say optimism
Yes.
to the table.
Okay.
I love that part. I love that when we challenge each other,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't turn into an argument.
Okay.
And,
I love
and
that.
a knockdown brawl, drawn out brawl, because you know how it could be in the
Absolutely,
workplace, right? We
absolutely.
disagree and
Right.
we hold it against each other. And so I think for the most part, we know how to agree to disagree.
Mhm.
And problem solve and troubleshoot. And I think one of the great things that this transformation has brought about is the opportunity to collaborate.
I love that.
And so typically you think when the minister or the PS or the commissioner or someone, we always think, well, where did that come from? It must have came from them. We just
Right.
followed through. And I'm not saying that was wrong in the past.
Right.
I'm just saying we're improving upon that
I love
now,
that.
whereby which all the stakeholders were getting them involved. I've heard business partners say, you know what I love about education? You guys are coming out and asking us so many things.
Woo! I love
Students,
that.
we've interviewed, I get upset sometimes hearing about the transition meetings. and people saying, well, where was the consultation? But we've had over 140 type of engagements.
Talk about it.
You know, we've had students that have graduated, that are currently in college, high school students, parents. We've had so many persons we've listened to.
Yes.
Never, they've even listened to us teachers more than before. You know,
It's about collaboration.
Yes, so,
I love that.
never have I seen suggestions come forward
Wow.
and then be implemented or actioned to work towards something so quickly. So
Yes.
you know, if you need or want something to look or feel like something in education right now to me is the time to put it forward.
I love that.
Because collaboratively, who knows what can come from that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So if you got a suggestion, certainly bring it forward.
Yeah.
So please introduce Kaitlin and how is this
I think I've
collaboration
talked
is
enough.
taken? Yeah.
Kaitlin has a voice for radio,
Absolutely.
so she can knock it out.
Kaitlin, I'm not sure about those colors you have on though.
Oh yeah, I
Mercy,
know
I'll
I've
be
got my
feeling
red and navy. I know, sorry about that.
Oh,
She
okay.
didn't
I'm
get the
just-
memo.
Oh, she didn't get the memo. Oh, she didn't get the memo. Okay, Kaitlin, because that's what time of year is it? June. Oh yeah, it's getting close. Okay, yes. Okay, I'll excuse you this time because you didn't know. No. Caitlin's like, what is going on? But are you a Somerset fan?
No, I'm from St. George's.
Oh my
Caitlin! I have a toddler, so it might have just been the first thing that came out of my closet this morning.
Whatever works today.
Exactly.
Well, welcome to the worship room. Please let us know about this experience and this collaboration.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. I'm joining you from BIOS in St. George's. And one of the things that a lot of people know about us is we've been operating in Bermuda for 120 years in the ocean science,
Wow.
education, and atmospheric research space. And so we've recently joined partnership with Arizona State University with
Oh,
the
wow.
Global Futures Laboratory. And I think for us that really opens up opportunities for Bermudians. And one of my roles at BIOS is a director of Ocean Academy, which is where our signature learning partnership lies with science, technology, engineering, and math. And where we can be most helpful to CedarBridge is providing these workforce development opportunities through internships and short experiences that give students at the S1 level through the S4 level a real taster of what it's like to be a researcher. So we're really excited to join forces with LeVar's team and with the ministry to deliver these types of modules for CedarBridge. And we kick off, we've been working on this partnership for a couple of years, but we kick off having students on our campus officially through this memorandum of understanding in September. And so we've been working with some of the teachers and our coordinator, Stacy, to try to set in motion what is going to be the most helpful for the teachers at CedarBridge.
Absolutely.
And one thing I just should mention about the Global Futures Laboratory at Arizona State is it gives us a larger expertise than just ocean science. It opens up possibilities in, say, energy systems,
Oh, really?
food security,
Oh, wow.
climate adaptation and mitigation. And so we're really excited to be able to have this partnership with ASU to bring this type of expertise to Bermuda. One of the expertise at the university is distance learning. So we're working in the background over the next couple of years of how can we bring some of the distance learning technology that Arizona has and bring it to the students of Bermuda at the high school level, or the senior school level, I should say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is really exciting.
Yeah.
I have to thank BIOS. I got you confused for a second. You're probably looking at me like a reading program. I meant BUEI, so you're probably like, what is she talking about? But BIOS, my son, when he was at Harrington Sound, he was able to do the sleepover there and the program, and that was exciting. So now, I understand what LeVar was saying, like something like that you don't have a memorandum on, that's the word?
Yes.
That, you're not able to do it if, you two go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But now when you do have that,
It lives.
exactly, it continues on. So I'm loving that partnership. What are you most looking forward to with this partnership?
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to, this is the first time we have a formal memorandum of
Yes.
understanding, and it's also getting to know the teachers at CedarBridge. We
Okay.
work a lot with the primary and middle school teachers, and a lot of our programs have been focused on this age group.
Yes.
And so although we've taught at the senior school level, we've never had a long-standing relationship with the teachers there.
Okay.
So I think that is where I'm most excited, and then working directly with the ministry and how can we as a research enterprise really support students
Yes.
in a more meaningful way in terms of workforce development. So I'm most excited about that.
Okay, and what do you hope comes out of this? What do you see coming out of this?
Yeah, so I think the formalization of it allows us to identify really interested and talented Bermudians at the S1 level and really support them through even university level. So So we have a paid internship program in the summer, and so part of our MOU is at the S4 level, can we offer for a handful of students to be on BIOS's campus for a research internship during the school year, and then offer them paid positions, or an interview for a paid position through our Bermuda program, which has been running here in Bermuda at BIOS since 1960s. So
look at that.
we're excited to now offer it at kind of that height at the senior school level,
Right.
And identify students who really want to be in this research space for ocean and atmospheric sciences.
I am so excited because what this reform is showing me is that our kids, they don't have to wait until they graduate from high school to get into the field that they're interested in. You give them a taste at such an early age, which I think is such an awesome experience and an opportunity. And I just think the reform is absolutely amazing. For someone that's listening in, how do they get involved? Because I know you said if they can make a comment, and I know the minister's been here before, and he's like, Nikita, look, no comment is a bad comment, okay? We accept them all. And I'm like, really? Hello? But I love that, just that the atmosphere that you guys are creating, where everybody can certainly help, to be a part of this transition and this reform. So if you can let me know that, I would certainly appreciate that as well.
Sure, I can do that for you right now. So if you want to get involved, you can contact us at www.learningfirst.com/for-partners. And for more information, you can call the Education Reform Unit at 278-3375. You can also email myself, Bassett at CedarBridge.net. I am not against receiving emails for this nature. And before I move on, I'd also like to just shout out the team.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of work that goes on.
Well, you jumped ahead of me because I was going to ask you one more question before you could. But that's okay.
Well, she mentioned Stacy, and her name came up, so I just want to say Dr. Stacy DeShields.
Yes.
We negotiate. We get the memorandum signed, but then you have that next point of contact at the school.
Was this the deputy principal at Whitney?
She was, yes.
Right.
Now
so she's part of the reform as well?
Yes. Well, she's more so the I want to say, I always forget her title, but she's like the coordinator at the school who bring in the learning partners and then put them in key contact with the teachers. And so the teachers then begin planning the lessons. And so the contributions Kaitlin spoke of, co-designing lessons, designing real-world projects, internships, employment compacts. Some learning partners have taken on the externships of training teachers. We have teachers who may not have been out in the field that they teach in, but are very good at teaching. So now we want to give them more contemporary knowledge, get them on fire even more about teaching, and then what would happen in the classroom, the students then get on fire about the subject. So I just wanted to highlight what the good work that Dr. Stacy DeShields is doing. She has great support from her Principal Caesar, and the science department at CedarBridge for the hard work they're doing as well in this regard.
Okay, just for someone listening, they're like, why are they not talking about Berkeley? So
good question.
Explain that to them, why you're saying CedarBridge as opposed to Berkeley.
Because this signature learning partnership is with a signature, and the signature that has been signed onto with BIOS is STEM, and STEM is hosted at CedarBridge. Trades and Professions is another signature at CedarBridge, and then Berkeley has financial and insurance services, as well as health and social care. So some learning partners may sign on to 2 signatures or 3 signatures that may spread across both schools.
Oh, really?
That is happening as well. So we're going to have some announcements soon about a partner who is doing similar. KPMG has signed on, and KPMG is so eager to support the whole school system.
Exciting.
They want every level and every school to their credit. You know what I mean? So it's really about the bandwidth. We always say, what are the contributions your business can support? Because it's also about resources, bodies who can actually do the work, right? We don't want to say do everything and we stretch it and nothing gets accomplished. So, and then wherever, let's say if BIOS did a piece and there's like we have a gap in science, we need field, but let's go see who else is out there who could support us in that regard. So it's about really education being everyone's business.
Absolutely. So for those that don't know, when did this initially roll out? The whole transition.
The transition. Well, we've been in transition now for some 36 or more months as far as transformation as a whole is concerned. But as far as signing MOUs, I know we've been in talks with businesses for at least a year.
Good.
And if you can imagine, there's a lot of communication that has to take place, you know.
That's it.
And so as of January, we kind of have been I would say, in more of a fast forward mode because we realized how close we were to signing. And so, yeah, we have 5 that have signed. I anticipate we have 3 or 4 more coming on soon.
This is exciting.
And it's just going to keep happening. You know, we have the new signature school coming at Sands, and so hospitality and education services will be represented soon. And so, you know, we have some very eager hoteliers and restaurateurs that want to jump in, you know, so you can anticipate seeing more of this. It just takes time to happen because, you know, the negotiation and the talking and etc. But it's coming.
It's coming. Yeah. I'm really excited about that.
I am too. I'm jealous, actually. I say that all the time. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, absolutely. That this wasn't here for you when you grew up, right?
Yeah, because even with like Dr. Ian Walker, who was here last week, and Kaitlin, I'm sure they could attest to when they were in high school.
Hello, right.
There was something, even though they became great scientists,
right?
There was something they'd have rather had along the journey.
Hello, right.
That could have propelled them differently. And I was talking about how, you know, who's to say what I ought to become.
Okay.
I'm glad of what I become, but I'm just saying, who knows where you go based on your exposure.
That's it.
Exposure leads to expansion, right?
Oh, I love that.
You know, it's those kinds of things. And that's what underpins the transformation, the 3 E's, exposure,